Okay, now we are going to discuss Keats's poem Ode to Nightingale. Ode to Nightingale, and you know that Keats has written some famous odes like Ode on a Grecian Urn, Ode on Melancholy, Ode to Autumn, and today we are going to talk about Ode to a Nightingale. So what do you understand by ode? What is ode? Ode is a lyrical poem that addresses a person, place, thing or event. And this poem has been written in 1819 and published in 1820. So this is one of the great odes written by John Keats. So can you say what is ode? Yes, Jannati?
Ode is a lyrical poem which is addressed to someone else.
Which addresses
To someone else.
some person, thing or even, yes. And in this ode, the poet John Keats, he addresses the beautiful bird nightingale. Now, about the author. About the author, he is a romantic poet, and you know that our course is romantic poetry. And in the midterm, we are going to read S.T. Coleridge, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, then William Wordsworth. After that, John Keats. Okay. So he is known for vivid sensual imagery. When you will go through the poem, line by line, you will find that vivid, that means very specific, detailed imagery, descriptions. There are vivid descriptions and emotional depth. And the major themes of Keats's poems are morality, beauty, imagination, nature and melancholy. Melancholy, that means very lonely and sad tone. Tone is prevailing in the poem. So what are the main features? Features of Keats's poem? Main features, okay?
Morality, beauty, imagination,
nature and melancholy. Melancholy, that means very sad tone of this poem. So the tone or writing style, this is a lyrical poem and a very sad and very painful tone is there. And you know that the Keats died by tuberculosis at the age of 25. Okay. Now the background of the poem. So you know that the poem focuses on the speaker standing in a dark forest. He is standing in a dark forest and listening to the beautiful song of the nightingale bird. This provokes a deep meandering meditation of the speaker on time, death, beauty, nature and human suffering. So you know that Keats had been suffering from tuberculosis, and at the same time his brother Tom, he was also very sick, and Keats's own health also declined. So in this poem, the poet explores. He tried to explore his desire to escape from suffering. That's why he is addressing the nightingale bird and just telling the bird to take away him from this world to the deep forest so that he can forget all his sufferings. Okay, now look at the poem and think, do you have the poem in your hand? Part 1, the stanza 1. My heart aches and a drowsy numbness pains my sense, as though of hemlock I had drunk. And you know that hemlock is a poisonous herb. This is poisonous. And emptied some dull opiate to the drains. 1 minute passed and lithy words had sung. 'Tis not through envy of thy happy lot, but being too happy in thine happiness, that thou, light-winged, dried of the trees, in some melodious plot of written green and shadows numberless, singest of summer in full-throated ease. Here, in this part, we see the lithy word had sung. Lithy means, yes?
Ancient Greek mythological river that makes the people
Forget everything. Okay, this is imaginary, and a river from ancient Greek mythology, and the water of this river, if you drink the water of this river, you will forget your memories, past memories. Okay, the people forget the memories. So just think of the speaker's mentality or his thinking, that he just wanted to drink the water of the river and wanted to forget everything, wanted to forget his memories. Next, okay, so speaker feels numbness, sorrow and heaviness. Then a drowsy numbness pains my sense, as though of hemlock I had drunk. Nightingale's joyful song intensifies his sadness. Bird is portrayed as free, mystical spirit here. That nightingale bird, the poet thinks the nightingale bird as a free bird, and this bird is symbolic in a sense that the poet thinks that if he flies with the bird and goes in the deep forest, he can forget his sufferings, he can forget everything, that past memories and all the painful things in his life. So it's a contrast between human suffering and natural freedom. Okay, next in the part 2, oh, for a draught of vintage that hath been cooled long age in the deep delved earth. Okay, in the part 2, the poet desires for wine as escape, and he just wants to have wine to escape from this world, and intoxication imagined as way to enter the nightingale's world, and he wants to be intoxicated so that he can forget everything. So again and again the same feeling is prevailing throughout the poem, and longing for dissolution of worldly worries. Dissolution from worldly worries, that means all the worldly sufferings, all the activities, he just want to escape from all these. They long, what does it mean? Long means wish, wants or wishes. Clear? Now stanza 3. Now part 3 or stanza 3. Fade far away, dissolve and quite forget what thou among the leaves hast never known, the weariness, the fever and the freight. Here where men sit and hear each other groan, where palsy shakes a few sad lust grey hairs. Okay, so in this poem, human lives is similar to pain, sickness, aging and death. That is, it is also the reflection of the poet's mental crisis. He is suffering a lot from his disease, tuberculosis, and he is just he just wanted to escape all the sufferings, that all the sufferings should go away, something like that. And nightingale is free from human suffering, so there is a contrast. Can you feel the contrast that look at nightingale, think of nightingale. Nightingale is free and there is no suffering in the nightingale. But what about human life? Human life? What about human life? Yes? Yes, listen to me. Think of the contrast, human suffering and the nightingale song. Clear? If you think of the nightingale, nightingale is free. Nightingale is happy, no suffering. Everything is very fine with nightingale. But what about human beings? Human beings is in a very painful, very tough time. Yes, lots of problems, hazards, physical, mental. Okay? So there is a very nice compare and contrast between human suffering and the nightingale's life. So this poem, the tone, again the tone is very much melancholic and pessimistic. Pessimistic. What do you understand by pessimistic? Pessimistic? This is?
Always hoping for something
negative. And what is the opposite of pessimistic? Optimistic. Yes, those who are very much optimistic, so they are very much inspired to do anything positive. Okay, now stanza 4. Stanza 4, look at the away, away, for I will fly to thee. Thee, here thee means the nightingale. Nightingale, yes, louder. Here thee is nightingale. So the poet is just expressed his desire that he wants to fly away with the nightingale, and enters a dreamlike forest world, mysterious, moonlit and magical atmosphere. Imagination becomes the vehicle of escape. Imagination, that means all the things are happening in the imagination of the speaker, that is poet. So he wants to leave this world with the nightingale, and he thinks that all the sufferings will be over if he flies with the nightingale. Now next, stanza 5. Stanza 5, I cannot see what flowers are at my feet, nor what soft incense hangs upon the boughs, or in embalmed darkness gaze is sweet, wherewith the seasonable month endows. Okay, so here are some imagery, very much censoring imagery of flowers. So darkness depends, darkness, that means the song is going on the total context of the poem is in the deep dark forest. So darkness depends sensory imagination, and if the speaker gazes the flowers from their scent, gazes the flower, because everywhere there is darkness. So the poet tells that I cannot see what flowers are at my feet because it is dark in the forest, but he can gaze or can just feel, he just can sense that there are flowers because there is scent, flowery fragrance is there. Imagery of hawthorn, violets, roses and nature's beauty mixed with signs of decay. Again very much negative feeling, again very much pessimistic. So the coming musk rose full of dewy wine, the murmurous haunt of flies on summer eves. Okay, now come to the stanza 6. Again death, again the very much painful tone. Darkling I listen, and for many a time I have been half in love with easeful death. So Think of that. What does it mean? Is full. Is means that is easy. Easy. Something easy. Is it death too much easy? Do you think death is easy? No, not at all. This is very much painful. And the poet, he is saying that I have been half in love with easeful death. That means he is just he tries to submit himself, tries to surrender to the death. He just half in love with easeful death. That means he is about to die. He is about to die. Very much negative feeling. Death seems peaceful and tempting, wishes to die while hearing the song, Nightingale's song. The bird's song would continue even after his death. This is the feeling of the poet, that because he thinks that he is about to die, but the nightingale is universal and immortal, and that's why when the poet will die, after his death, the song will be going on and on. Now, per stanza 7, thou was not born for death, immortal bird. So, the poet thinks that nightingale is immortal. Immortal, he declares the nightingale immortal. Its song has echoed through generations. That means generation after generation, the song will be going on. It will not be ended. It will not be finished. The song will be going on. The voice I hear this passing night was heard the ancient days by emperor and clowns. Bird song becomes a timeless cultural symbol. So nightingale song is symbolic also. Can you realize that nightingale, the bird nightingale is symbolic, and the song also? When you will just answer, you have to answer regarding the nightingale song. Nightingale bird, at the same time the nightingale song, because the universal appeal is there. When we will not in this world, but the song will be there. That's why the nightingale is immortal. Clear? Now, next stanza 8. This is the last stanza. Forlorn, the very word is like a bell to toll me back from thee to my soul self. Adieu, the fancy cannot cheat so well, as she is famed to do deceiving elf. Adieu, adieu, the plainting anthem fades. Past the near meadows, over the still stream, half the hillside now it's buried deep in the next valley glades. Okay, so now in this stanza, forlorn, this is the very word. This is like a bell. That means the poet is alone, and he is thinking that now he was some few minutes back he was in a dream. Now he is back to himself. He was in the nightingale's world. Now he is in his world. Adieu, the fancy cannot cheat so well. Adieu means yes, farewell. Adieu, goodbye, something like that. Goodbye. So the speaker returns to reality. So from the beginning, what we see that the speaker wants to go to the nightingale's world, wants to leave this world and just fly away with the nightingale in the deep forest. Now he returns to reality. Nightingale's song fades into distance, ends with uncertainty. Do I wake or sleep? So he is just asking himself. That he is wake up, or he is dreaming something, or he is in the reality. So these are the critical appreciation. The major themes or the features of this poem, masterpiece of romantic escapism, and there is a balance between imagination and reality, and the tension between joy and melancholy. That means joy, that is Nightingale's song is very joyful and very beautiful song, and at the same time the poet's suffering, the speaker's physical and mental suffering is very melancholic. Okay, expresses Keats's philosophy also and conveys universal human longing for peace. Peace. Okay, so this poem, the Ode explores the conflict between human suffering and the Nightingale's artistic immortality, or Nightingale's immortality, human suffering. So there is the contrast between human suffering and the Nightingale's immortality. Imagination provides temporary escape but cannot defeat reality. Another thing, the poem ends with ambiguity, reinforcing the fragile boundary between dream and life. That's why at the end of this poem, the poet says, was it a vision or a waking dream? Flayed is that music. Do I wake or sleep? So, this is the ending is very much ambiguous and confusing. So the poet is asking himself that whether he is in reality or in the world of Nightingale, the fancy world, the imaginary world of Nightingale, where there is no sufferings, no painful things, memories, everything is very much joyful. Is it possible for a human being to live like this? So a question, this is a question to you all. Okay, so this is a very melancholic poem. You understand the tone is very much painful and sad tone. And do you have any other question? No? So, is it clear to you? Ode and some, okay, and in this poem we got some allusions from Greek mythology, from Bible, okay, Greek mythological river, Lethe word, okay. So if you don't have any question, we can end our class here. Okay, thank you.